All right. Welcome to Unfiltered. This is a side note. If these videos are making a difference in your life, and if you are enjoying this content, then please press the like button. Please subscribe to my channel, and please share these videos with other people. It helps me tremendously. Today I'm going to be reading out of 2 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 14. Paul says this, he said, "Do not be yoked together with unbelievers." Another version says, "Do not be unequally yoked with an unbeliever. For what do righteousness and wickedness have in common? Or what fellowship can light have with darkness? What harmony is there between Christ and Belial? Or what does a believer have in common with an unbeliever? What agreement is there between the temple of God and idols? For we are the temple of the living God, as he has said, 'I will live with them and walk among them. I will be their God, and they will be my people.' Do not be yoked together with unbelievers. For what do righteousness and wickedness have in common? Or what fellowship can light have with darkness?" As this year is coming to an end and another year begins, I have been thinking a lot lately. And I am truly grateful for the friends and family that I am surrounded by. I'm surrounded by friends and family who love God. They are there for me to lean on when I'm having a bad day. They are there to laugh and joke with me. They're there to encourage me. And I know that they have good intentions for me in my life. So when their motives are pure because they love God. They don't have selfish motives like the snakes that I used to surround myself with. Then you never knew when you were surrounded by snakes what was going to happen next, because they were only in it for themselves. And they would try to get everything they could from me. And then when I was no longer able to give them, they would just give them anything, then they would just cut me off. Do not be yoked together with unbelievers. You know, these decisions are so very important. Who you allow into your life, who you allow into your inner circle, and who you do not allow into your life, and who you do not allow into your inner circle. Who do you allow close to you? And who do you keep at a distance? Who do you allow to get closer and get to know them better? And who do you cut off and let go of? These are very, very important decisions. And let me be very clear, they are not easy decisions. Sometimes they can be very, very difficult decisions. Sometimes people that we love, all they do is hurt us. And even though we love them, we have to cut them off in order for us to live. In order for us to survive. I love you, but I'm going to have to cut you out of my life because all you're doing is bringing me down. This can play tricks on you in your mind because you love them, but yet they are toxic and they are bringing you down. You know, these decisions about who we surround ourselves with and who we have to cut off, they are very important for your success. And if you want to make it, sometimes you are going to have to cut off the people in your life that are bringing you down, causing you to be distracted, wanting you to go backwards, causing you to drown. If you recognize this, it may be a very, very hard decision because, like I said before, you may even love these people. Some of these people may be members of your own family, but you have to cut them off in order for you to survive, in order for you to live. In Proverbs, it says, "There is a friend that sticks closer than a brother." And in my life, that has been my experience. The family, the people that I call family today, most of them are not even my blood relatives. In fact, me and my blood relatives haven't had a very good relationship in many, many years. We have kind of cut ties many years ago. There's only a very few of my actual blood relatives that have been in the trenches with me, that have loved me through all of these hard times. My dad has always had the ability to see the king inside of the slave. He's always had that unconditional love that has encouraged me. There's other friends of mine right now that if I pick up the phone and I ask for their advice, I know it will always be solid because they would never advise me to do anything that would harm myself and destroy my future. Do not be unequally yoked with unbelievers. Do not be in relationships with people who are bringing you down. If you're in a toxic relationship right now and God has given you clarity, then even though it's hard, you're going to have to cut it off because it is vital for your success. It is vital for you getting out of the holes that you've been in. If you want to stay down, then you hang out with people who are laying in the dirt with you. But when you start to rise up, you will realize that sometimes the friends that you thought will be in your life forever, they just won't. And sometimes the things that you thought would be permanent, they're just not. And this new door of opportunity has opened for you. And you have to start using wisdom and sound judgment. And you can receive this wisdom and sound judgment in prayer. If you ask God for direction, He will direct your steps. These are such important decisions. Who you let into your inner circle. Who you let advise you. What does light and darkness have in common? What is there? What agreement is there between an unbeliever and a believer? You know, when I was using and drinking all the time, I was surrounded by other people who were using and drinking all the time. But now that I don't use and now that I don't drink, I am not surrounded by anyone who does that because we don't have that in common anymore. If you're going this way and I'm going this way, then at some point we're going to have to cut ties because you're not going the same direction that I'm going. See, people that are narcissists, people that only think about themselves 100% of the time, they can never really be a good friend to you because they will never think about you. They will only think about themselves. And if you're in a relationship or a friendship with someone who only thinks about themselves and never thinks about anyone else, then they can never have your best intentions in mind. Their motives and their intentions are only selfish and self-centered. And sometimes we've been raised in a family of people that have been selfish and self-centered, and we don't even see it till later as we get older. You know, I've had to make some really tough decisions about some of my own family members, but I don't regret it because I have life and I have it more abundantly. I smile today and I laugh. I enjoy the people that I keep as company around me, and that was not always the case. Sometimes I suffered every single time I would hang out with certain people. And I just, for some reason, because I hated myself and I didn't love life, I didn't cut them off. But now because I love myself, and now because God gives me wisdom and direction, then I have to make, and definitely have had to make, very difficult decisions about who I let into my inner circle and who I let around me. The people that you surround yourself, they will make or break you. If you're trying to make changes in your life, you're trying to do something different, then you may be faced with the difficult decision to cut certain people out of your life, even though you love them, so that you can live and so that you can survive. You know, all day long I laugh and joke. Now, I do know when it is time to be serious, and I stop and I embrace the moment when it's time to be serious. But most of the time I'm joking and laughing because laughter is good medicine. It's the opposite of stress. I surround myself with other people who joke and laugh with me because this life is very hard. And I've had so many bad days. I don't want any more bad days. So I surround myself with people who I can joke and laugh with. And laughter fills my home. And laughter fills the place that I work. And laughter is a part of something I do all day long, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Laughter is good medicine. It is the opposite of stress. I was beaten down and overweighted with heavy burdens for so long. And now I am free, and I am free indeed. And I laugh and I joke and I enjoy life even during the hard times. And I surround myself with people who are like-minded. We have this agreement. We have this in common. What fellowship can light have with darkness? I don't have anything in common with you. And so if me and you are not going in the same direction, there's really no need for us to be friends. Be very careful who you call a friend and who you allow to be your friend. You know, people use the word friend so loosely and family so loosely and the word love so loosely. But look, you have to earn the right for me to trust you. You have to have been in the trenches during the hard times with me for me to call you a solid, loyal friend right now. It doesn't just come. See, trust doesn't. It's not just something given. It's something that's earned. And so when I meet people, I watch them. How do they interact with other people? How do they treat other people? The way you treat people, man, that says a lot about you. Because people who treat people harshly, they are so immature. They're so full of themselves. They take out their problems on everyone around them. See, I watch people. Do they show up to work in a good mood often? Or are they always in a bad mood? How do they treat other people? How do they treat the waiter at the restaurant? How do they treat people? The way you treat people, it says so much about you. What kind of atmosphere do you bring into your job? What kind of atmosphere do you bring in your front door when you step inside your home? Are you bringing joy? Are you bringing laughter? Are you bringing pain? Anger? The people I surround myself with, they laugh and joke with me. And I am so grateful and thankful for today for the people that are in my life who walk with me on this journey. Life is very hard. You are highly influenced by the people around you. I am very, very picky and very cautious about who I let into my life, into my inner circle, and who I let give me advice. See, you judge a tree by its fruit. I'm watching you when I first meet you to see if your words and your actions match up. Do you speak about love and not really walk in love? What are you doing? Are you saying one thing and doing another? Are you really a wolf in sheep's clothing? Are you really a snake who's just trying to manipulate the people around you? Misery does love company. When people are down, they don't want you to be happy. They don't want you to smile. They want to bring you down with them. And sometimes when you start making changes, then you will find out that the people, when you start really making solid, good, whole, wise choices and changes in your life, you will find out that some people who were in your life, they will vanish. They will become irritated and angry with you because they want you to be in the dirt with them. Sometimes you have to shake them off and just move forward. What does light have in common with darkness? These are such important decisions, who you surround yourself with. And my advice is this: surround yourself with people who love God, who love their kids, who are faithful to their wife, who are faithful to their husbands, who are loyal friends, who are there all the time when you need them, and people that you can also return the favor to, so that when they call you and they are in need, you return the favor. See, some people, they're always just taking from everyone, but they're never giving back. Judge a tree by its fruit. Watch the people that surround you. And if you're trying to make serious new changes in your life, then you might need to start hanging out with different people. You might need to start hanging out with light instead of darkness. You know, people, places, and things. That's something they teach in recovery. It is so true. You can be with the wrong people at the wrong place at the wrong time and be stuck, paralyzed, going nowhere. But when you start surrounding yourself with people who laugh and joke and who love God, you will find out that they start to have an impact on the way life is, the way you see yourself, the way you think. You can be around encouraging people and they can lift you up, and you can be around negative people and they can bring you down. Be very cautious who you surround yourself with. I am so grateful for the people that are in my life today. Thank you for the people that love me, that have gone out of their way to help me. I am grateful. Thank you. This journey ahead and the journey that I've already been through, boy, it's been a rough journey, but it's also been amazing. There have been mountaintops and valleys low. But I will say this: the hard times, they make the good times even better. I am grateful today for all the good things in my life because of how hard and how horrible my life has been previously. And I thank God for His wisdom and His direction and sound judgment, because you have to implement the things that God is teaching you and say, you know what, I don't really need to be hanging out with her. She's not really good for me. I don't want her around my family. I don't want her to be an influence in my life. I don't want him around me. I'm not going to do business deals with him. I'm not going to be his friend, because he is not friend material. To be honest with you, these are very hard lessons to learn in life. So wake up, rise up. Be very, very cautious who you let into your inner circle. Only let people who love God be close around you. Do not be yoked with unbelievers. Do not be in some kind of agreement, some kind of partnership with people that are doing things opposite of what you believe in. Be very cautious who you are in a relationship with, who you marry, who you do things with, because they can either bring you up or they can bring you down. Today, I am grateful for all of you who pray for me, all of you who support me, all of you who have been there with me on this journey. For that, I am truly grateful. Have a wonderful day.